Well, guys, this is really fucking insane. My last video, I was talking about Bitcoin and how it would be difficult and how it was very unlikely that it would just break this entire resistance on the first try. And it did exactly just that. It just blasted through it. And I'll be very honest, I did not expect it. I didn't I didn't short myself. I didn't tell anyone to short at these levels. If you remember my last video, I told you that it was kind of a no trade zone and that you either wanted to wait for a breakout and then buy the retest, which by the way happened there, or simply wait to see a correction, or see some kind of support. But as of now, like, we had this, I can put it on the 1 hour. We had this breakout retest, and you can see, like, it was exactly at the 6.8 level. It landed right there, and then now we're going higher. I will get back to Bitcoin in a little bit, but first I want to have a look at other charts. So first of all, the total market cap. We are on the total market cap still in the very big resistance area, and we're right now a bit struggling to get past it. Again, I might have to eat my words and we might be up here tomorrow, the day after, who knows. But we are still in this whole area here, and we are right now hitting major resistance. So we have yet to see, because this is also a very important chart that a lot of people don't really look at. But let's see how it's going to play out in the coming days, in the coming weeks. All charts right now are just really overextended. Again, I know I keep repeating this, and we might blast and go much higher. It's totally possible. Nonetheless, it's difficult for me to recommend people to buying now. I get so many messages these days. Do you think it's coming back down to 6K, 3K, 4K? Do you think, are you sure it's going down to 6K again? Are you, should I buy now or not? My advice is always the same, when I see a big parabolic chart, which is oversold on every possible time frame, except maybe the weekly for now. I'm telling you, do what you want, but I would always wait for a decent pullback and for some stability at some level. That's just me. I just don't like chasing green candles, but you basically do what you want in the end, but I just wanted to be aware that the correction might be not very pleasant. Bitcoin dominance chart. I was telling you guys in the free channel, and I don't remember if I mentioned it in the last video, but I know I made a post about it in the free Telegram channel, which, by the way, if you want to join, is right here. Free channel, Golden Bulls free, you can find it. This is the link to it. So if you want to have access to it, t.me/Golden Bulls free, you can find the link here. I will also put it in the description, but basically I share different articles, posts, also all the videos. I'm sharing some of my own trading. I'm trading a lot these days on the 1 minute chart, actually really killing it. And here I was giving a screenshot of the last 10 trades I had, and you can see it's pretty impressive. Basically, I doubled my margin account under a day. Just this morning I traded for 1 hour, and my account, not one trade, my whole account was up 50% after that 1 hour of trading. So if you want to learn more about how to trade the 1 minute chart, you can also message me. So coming back to the chart, I was mentioning how this here was forming a bull flag, and it's even more clear on the weekly, and how we were getting ready for a crazy move. Actually, I want to get back to this post I made, and that was like a first big. I was telling people to stay away from altcoins, and that Bitcoin was probably about to do something crazy, either a big dump or a big pump, which was gonna make altcoins bleed and dominance go up. So this is the chart that I was sharing at the time, and you can see the bull flag was over and it was starting to go back up. So I was saying, how it looks really like a nice bull flag, and the next big move is going to happen soon. Um, and I said it's pretty dangerous to trade altcoins. Yes, as you can see, also they were all already looking like shit these days, and today they look even much worse. So then we could see some crazy action for BTC in the next few weeks. Yeah, massive dump or massive pump to the 6K range. And now we are actually way past the 6K range. As of at that time, I could not even imagine Bitcoin being past the 6K range. So anyways, just going back to this chart, it's just playing out as expected, and I'm wondering how high we're gonna go, because whether we keep pumping like crazy or if we have a serious correction, both of them are going to increase the Bitcoin dominance. If it's a slight correction and some stability, then the Bitcoin dominance is going to go down again. But it's interesting. Keep a look on this chart. Keep an eye on this chart and see how it's going to play out. And then you can see when it comes to the altcoins, we're not even close. This is a total market cap excluding BTC, so only the altcoin market cap. And while the total market cap I showed you was struggling here on the top edge, we're now right in the middle. It is forming a nice cup and handle, I'll tell you that. So we could see a nice move up. Nonetheless, we're struggling to get past even this middle point. But I do think that soon, not now, not today, but soon, it's going to be time to get back into some altcoins. I'm waiting patiently for the next alt season, but as long as Bitcoin is acting crazy, we can't do much on the side of altcoins, which is why we're not really giving in the channel any altcoin signals, because everything is bleeding. So we're not trying to catch falling knives here. Even if sometimes they have a 10-20% bounce, you just can't see it coming. So we're still staying clear and away from altcoins. All of this being said, I want to look now at the Bitcoin chart once again. And here we're on the weekly. And not only we closed the week above the 100, so we closed above the 50, above the 100. And now we're just going even way higher. There's just, in terms of moving averages, there's nothing stopping us anymore on the weekly chart. So this is an extremely bullish sign, by the way. As much as, I was a midterm bear and I was calling for a correction, and I still think that we need to cool off at some point. I need to acknowledge the extreme bullishness in the market. At this point, I'm not one of these guys telling you it's coming back down to 3-4K. I don't know. Anything is possible. This could be a massive fake out and we see a really big correction, but I doubt it. I think that for those who still are looking to add to their position, including me, by the way, I'm not all in on the markets. I was, I still had some money on the side, and so I am waiting for, the next pullback, which I would expect will be around 20 or 30% pullback, before I add more to my position. So I know that might mean that I'm waiting until 10K and then it comes back down to 7-8K again, and that's okay. But I'm waiting for pullback and stability. That's just how I trade. I have my clear trading plan, and I just don't buy the top of green candles. I just don't do that. Anyway, so where are the prices going? At this point, every day I'm like, okay, this is the top, this is the top, this is the top. So I'm going to stop doing that. But we are, we just found resistance. First day we're stopped on this level. Now we're stopped here, basically. And I'm thinking, if really, really, really things go really crazy, we might have a run to the higher 9,000, almost 10K levels. Yeah, it's entirely possible. We could maybe see a big correction here, and then we go higher. It is possible. Again, unlikely, and I said the same thing about here. It's unlikely, and the higher we go, the less likely it is that we keep going up. That's just how it works. But nonetheless, it's possible. So I don't want to exclude this option. It's totally possible. Do I think it's likely? No. Yeah, I just said it again. I think more and more the charts. I want to look at the 1 hour because we have more and more signs of weakness, more and more like bigger and stronger dumps, but at the same time signs of strength as well with really big, a lot of buying action. Um, One of the reasons why people were extremely bullish, I want to show you here, this is the BitMEX chart, is because on the 1 day chart on BitMEX, we had the biggest green buying candle ever. If you look at the whole history of the chart on BitMEX, this was the highest volume green day by far. But it was also followed by the biggest red candle ever, which actually was even higher than the green candle. So there was, on this corrective day, there was more volume traded. And some people say, yeah, but for every time that you sell, there's a buyer, so it doesn't really mean anything. Sure, but let's zoom in and let's look at the 5-minute chart and see where most of the volume is. Is it on the green candles or on the red candles? Well, right now you can see the selling pressure is clearly on, and actually it's dumping as we speak. Here again, here we have some nice green. I'll give you that. That last pump, the green candles were clearly winning. Here it's clearly flooded by red. Yeah, red candles are just much higher in the dumps. Like, so you can see it's like some really large players starting to sell more and more, and the dumps are just really quick, and those red candles are just, and here we're just in the previous. So looking, you can see that there's a lot, even if it might not look like it when you look at the daily, when you see this bullishness, when you look at the weekly, there's a lot of selling going on. Yeah, it's not just enthusiasm. It's not like we're not seeing, you don't see it on the daily, but there's a lot of up and down, there's a lot of dumping, there's a lot of people and big players actually selling. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, I'm not saying that it doesn't mean we can go higher. I'm not saying that I'm a bear. I'm not at this point. I'm a bit amazed by the market. It's very exciting, I have to admit. Personally, I'm just having a blast trading on the 1-minute chart. I'm trading at like between 50x and 100x on the 1-minute chart using a very specific method, which is highly accurate. And you saw I showed you the last trades. Like 9 out of 10 trades were accurate and doubling my account in 1 day. So I'm just going to keep on doing that because it's working so great. And yeah, just accumulate Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, and just trade like that, and just keep on making more and more and more Bitcoin. I do think, as I said already, that a lot of altcoins are not going to wake up. And personally, I'm not in any hurry to get onto any altcoins. I think, we might be surprised how high the Bitcoin dominance might go. And maybe not this time, but in general, I do think that this next bull market is not going to be the same, and we're not going to see as many altcoins doing well. And you can see now just so many just dumping low and really low. So we'll see. This is all I wanted to share, I think, for now. I don't want to do, I don't want to overcomplicate the TA. I'm also not trying to find reasons and excuses why this is happening in terms of the fundamentals. Some people are saying because it's because of the consensus, and I'm also thinking that every year we have a big pump leading to the consensus, and then usually there's a dump happening when it starts or slightly after. That was the case last year, but then 2 years ago we did have a dump, but then it was immediately followed by a pump as well. So I don't think it's just consensus. I don't think it's just that, but somehow every year around this time we have usually a lot of bullishness on Bitcoin. Actually, if we go back to around the same times, we had from April to May we had some really nice action, and we had basically the same from early April and to mid-May, just like we had here, really nice move on Bitcoin. So let's see now what the end of the month has. That is still something that I'm waiting to see, is where we're going to close this monthly candle. Wow, this is just crazy vertical. I would want to see where we close this. As of now, we're just way above this 21 EMA on the monthly. So I'm not even, I'm going to remove some of these bars so you can see more clearly. And I want to hide this guy. Okay. We're just way above this 21 EMA, and so, but I still want to see where we close the month. I think it's important. We still have half the month of May to go through, and we might see a decent correction or not. But that's the next thing that I'm waiting for, and I'm curious to see where this month is going to close. Of course, this week as well, I'd like to see if we can close the week above 6,500. Yeah, this, as of now, this are almost 6,600, the 100 moving average on the weekly. I'd like to see if we can close above or not, or if we see a big correction even lower. I don't know. I think that at this point, looking at how crazy oversold everything is, I really think that a healthy pullback would be down to the let's see, actually yes, a 30% pullback from here. Let's say that this is the top. If it was the top, would be to 5,800, which is really key important level. 20% would be to around 6,600, which corresponds exactly to the 100 moving average on the weekly. So we could see something between these two. Let's see. I want to see how this daily closes. If we have another one of these, I think right here we went a bit above, and then if we correct and close below, if we see further downside action, I think that we could then correct for a while. So this is it for this video. I don't want to keep you here too long. I hope this was helpful, and that you can have a better understanding of the market, at least on the charts. I'll post a new video soon, and let's see what happens with Bitcoin. If this was useful for you, please subscribe, like the video, comment. Let me know what are your thoughts on the market. I want to know. I really want to hear what you guys think. Do you think that it's going to keep on flying higher? Do you think we're going to hold 6K? Do you think we're just going to go back down to the, revisit these lows? What do you think? Let me know. Yeah, I want to hear all of it. All right, see you in the next video.